Okay, here's this HP 550 laptop and I want to update the hard drive. I want to use an SSD drive instead of the mechanical hard drive. This is a 240 gigabyte SSD hard drive and the original one it's 250, so only around 10 gigabyte is the difference, but this one is much faster than the original mechanical hard drive. So first of all, let's make a test and see how much time is needed for the computer to start up and to see something on the desktop while using the old mechanical hard drive. Okay, so I will start the stopwatch and in the same time I will start the computer. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how much time is needed to see the desktop using the mechanical hard drive. Welcome. That's not the desktop yet. 1 minute passed. And here's the desktop and we have 1 minute and around 14 seconds. Okay, so that's the mechanical hard drive. And now I will install this one and compare the results. So 1 minute and 14 seconds to start up Windows using the mechanical hard drive. And now let's do a shutdown test. So I will go to start menu and shut down using the mechanical hard drive also. Let's reset the time and click shutdown. Shutting down. So almost 1 minute was needed using the mechanical hard drive to shut down Windows completely. Okay, now I will remove the power cable. It's unplugged, the computer is totally turned off. And now let's remove the mechanical hard drive. The battery is missing and this one is the hard drive. It even says HP drive guard. So here's the hard drive of this HP 550 laptop. Okay, so use a screwdriver and here we have 1, 2 screws. Let's take those out. Okay, now insert the screwdriver here and lift up this door. These are the 2 screws. Okay, now here on the left side we have another screw. Let's take out that one also. The hard drive is moving. Okay, now grab this one and pull it that way. And that's it. It's a serial ETA drive. This one is a 250 gigabyte drive and this hard drive will be copied, that is will be cloned onto the next drive, which is also serial ATA. Okay, let's open up this one. That's some paper only. Here's the hard drive itself. This one, it's exactly the same as the other one. The same connectors, the power connector and the data connectors. The thickness is not the same, but for that we have this plastic adapter thing, and if we put it there, then it's identically thick. Okay, now this hard drive and the other one has to be inserted into another computer, and using a software we will copy the content of this one onto that one. Okay, to connect it to a computer, a desktop computer, you will need 2 serial ATA cables. Serial ATA, they look like this. It's a short one. And connect it, this one to this one. Notice that L shape. Connect the cable there. And here a serial ATA power cable, which looks something like this. And plug it in there. Okay, so connect the two hard drive, the old mechanical one and the new SSD one, using the data cable and the power cable, data cable and power cable. Okay, so this cable is connected onto the motherboard. Now I will connect the SSD drive here, and then the power cable, plug it in. Let's say this one, it has multiple connectors on it. There's the third one also. So this one is connected to the computer. Okay, grab the mechanical one and insert the data cable onto the motherboard. It's the blue one here, that's the connector. Okay, now grab the power and plug it in. Let's place them temporarily here. This one is temporarily attached here, but ignore it. So we're copying from this mechanical one onto this one. Now power on the computer. Okay, here in Windows, let's start an internet browser, and I will download a program called AOMI Backupper. aomitech.com. So it's AOMI Backupper. You can see it there. Let's click on download. Okay, now let's try this one, local download. Do you want to run or save? It's 78 megabytes. Let's save it. Save as and place it onto the desktop. Click save. Wait until it's downloaded. Okay, now let's start the program. AOMI Backupper. User account control, yes, accept it. AOMI Backupper. Okay, now here on the left side we have a few buttons, and let's select this one, clone. After clone, let's go to disk clone. So we're going to clone an entire hard disk, not just the system partition or any other partition, but not an entire hard disk. So select the first one, disk clone. Now select the disk that you wish to clone. That's the source disk from where we want to copy. The source disk would be this one, which is a it says 232 gigabytes. That's the 250 gigabyte hard drive. When you buy a hard drive, you get a higher value, but when you actually look at that hard drive with the software, it says a smaller value. So instead of 250 gigabytes, it shows 232 gigabytes only. So select the disk that you want to copy from, that's the source disk, and click next. Now select the destination disk to clone the source disk to, where we want to copy. The destination disk would be this one, because it's 223 gigabytes in size. That's the 240 gigabyte SSD drive, and it's also unallocated, so there is nothing on it. It's completely empty. Here on the other drives we can see that the purple color is still here, and then there's a white color. That means the purple is the data and the white is the empty disk space. Here also, that's another partition, data and empty disk space. So this drive and this drive contains some data, so it must be that one which is totally empty. Okay, select that one as destination disk and click next. Okay, so the source disk is this one, destination disk is that one, and since it's an SSD drive, we could check this one, align partitions to optimize for SSD. I'm checking that one and start clone. Now this process could take a few minutes or maybe hours depending on the size of the hard drive. But as we can see, 4% already, but let's wait. Okay, so this cloning has finished. The operation has been completed successfully. All three partitions of the old mechanical hard drive will be copied to the new hard drive, to the SSD drive. Let's click finish and close the program, close the entire computer, shut it down and insert the new SSD drive into the laptop. So I'm shutting down the desktop PC. Okay, let's remove the SSD drive from the desktop PC and remove the mechanical hard drive of the laptop also. And that's it. We can take out these cables. This cable does not have a metal clamp there. If it has, then you cannot pull it out this way. This one, the second one, I think it has, or it doesn't. No metal clamp there. Okay, and now let's insert the SSD drive, this one here. There's a metal case here, which is held by a few screws, and that one holds the hard drive itself, so let's take that one out. You can see that the screw is exactly in the desired position. Okay, the adapter can be put there. It's in a single line. And that's it. It can be taken out. The plastic stays there on the right side. The two connectors, the power and the data connector, enters there. There's a screw to fix it, to lock it into position. And that's it, it's not moving. Now here's this little door. It has two elements there. Insert that one. Oh, and it has two elements here. So two elements here on the side and two there. Let's introduce the left one and then push down. And the screws are already in place. Okay, and let's turn it upside down. Here's the mechanical hard drive and let's power it on. It turned on automatically somehow. The boot configuration data store file contains some invalid information. Enter continue. Okay, so it has a Windows XP, one Windows 7 that is running from a virtual hard drive, one which is installed normally onto a hard drive, and that's the DVD of Windows 7, that's the ISO file. So let's start this one. Windows is starting. It should be faster. Power ISO has stopped working. Interesting. Installing device driver, Kingston SV300. Finished. Restart required. Okay. You must restart your computer. Okay, restart now. Windows is shutting down. Oh, and by the way, there is no hard drive noise. That's because we are not using a mechanical hard drive anymore, but an SSD. Okay, let's turn off the computer and do a test. Let's measure the time which is needed to start up the computer. Okay, here's a good old stopwatch. Let's press this one and meantime start the computer. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds needed to start up the computer. Some programs are not working exactly well. Power ISO has stopped working. Okay, let's start the document. Wow, it's fast. A Word document. That's fast also. Internet Explorer. Wow, it's fast. Firefox. That's fast also. Google Chrome. Yep, it is fast. File Explorer. Okay, Windows Media Player. Your computer is set up to the year 2041. Huh. Okay, so the date got messed up. Change date and time. We're in November, I think 28, and the year 2015. November 28 or 29. Okay. Okay, now let's start Media Player. And is there Yahoo Messenger? It's there. Opera browser is there. There is no hard drive noise, only the cooler's noise. Let's start Sony Vegas Pro. This is version 11. And it's there. Okay, now let's measure the shutdown time. So the startup time was around 30 seconds. Let's reset that. Okay, and let's go to shutdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Until the LED is off. Down here. That's it, 19 seconds. Now let's start it once more. Okay, here's this message. The Windows boot configuration data BCD store files contain some invalid information. Object, this one B3, B8, blah blah blah. Description, Win864. The configuration for an element within the object is invalid in the boot configuration data store. The associated Windows bootloader entry may not be available for selection until the problem is rectified by administrator. Okay, so let's enter Windows and look for this Win864. It might be a 64-bit Windows 8. Okay, so now that we're in Windows, let's take a look at EasyBCD. EasyBCD.exe. Okay, edit boot menu. And yes, there is a Windows 864. Let's search for Win864.vhd. Yes, there is one on the E drive. Okay, so I will delete that one from the menu. Okay, and add new entry. Here at disk image. Let's go to this browse icon. E drive. VHD Windows 8. Let's copy the name also. Open, paste in the name there, add entry. Okay, back to edit boot menu. Here's the Windows 864. Let's move it up once. Okay, and that's the ISO file, the DVD. Okay, save. Now let's exit, restart. Okay, and now the operating system selection menu is here. The error message is gone. Let's start that Windows 8 also. Can't verify the digital signature. Okay, so the error message is gone, and let's start Windows 7. Okay, so to get rid of that error, which prevented us from starting Windows 8, let's go to the start menu, type in cmd. That's the command prompt. Right click on the command prompt and run as administrator. Now let's type in bcd edit Press enter, and here on this window, let's increase the size and let's look for Windows 8. This is that one. So let's copy the identifier code of Windows 8.1. The rest is something else. So this one is Windows 7. I mean this portion after Windows bootloader. Oops. Okay, so the battery of the mouse just died. Very funny. Okay, so this portion after Windows bootloader, it's for Windows 7. The other one, it's for another Windows 7. So we're looking at this portion where it says Windows 8.1. Okay, right click on that window, on this black window, click mark. Now you can select the identifier code of Windows 8.1 because I want to fix that one. Okay, so the identifier code is selected. Right click anywhere on the window and it will copy that identifier code. Okay, now let's type in bcdedit -set. Let's paste in that identifier code that we copied. After that, let's type in no integrity checks and on. So it's bcdedit -set, the identifier code that was copied from up there, no integrity checks and on. Checks and on. Okay, press enter. The operation completed successfully. We can close this window and restart the computer, and let's try that Windows 8 also. Okay, here in this menu, let's go to Windows 8.1, enter, and the error message is gone. Windows 8 is starting, and let's see how many seconds are needed, and voila, that's very fast. It created a temporary paging file on the computer because the problem occurred with the paging file. Okay, let's see what's wrong with that page file. Automatically manage is not checked and there is no page file. Okay, so let's select that partition because it's large and let's click custom. I will enter 200 megabytes initial size and I don't know, 3000 maximum size and click set. Now the page file is set to the E drive. Okay, and let's restart it. And this one is even faster than Windows 7 because it has no programs installed. Stopwatch, reset. Okay, let's go to Windows 8.1 and 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how many seconds are needed to start Windows 8.1 from the SSD drive. Voila, around 11 seconds. That's quite nice. 11 seconds to start Windows from the SSD drive. Okay, now the error is gone. The page file was set to the drive E, which is the largest partition, and that's it. We just changed the hard drive of this computer from a mechanical 250 gigabyte drive to an SSD 240 gigabyte drive, and the computer works much faster. Thanks for watching and bye bye. Okay, now let's do a last test. The laptop is completely turned off, no light is there, and let's see from pushing the button till you see something on the desktop how much time is needed. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I will press enter here in this menu so it loads faster. This Windows is full of installed programs. 28 seconds. I mean, startup from a complete shutdown. Okay, thanks for watching and bye bye. So try to buy an SSD hard drive because it's the cheapest and most effective update to a computer. This is the old mechanical one. 3, 2, 1 and oops.